principal reasons we are where we are today. And I'll give you a few. I'll give you maybe 3 or 4 of them quickly. Number one, the amount of money in American politics is a disgrace. It is setting the agenda. It is stealing the voice of average people in our country, and it is derailing the real agenda of our nation and making it very difficult for people to be heard, number one. Number two, gerrymandering is undemocratic, and it destroys our ability to have a legitimately democratic general election. People in the Congress fear primaries more than they fear the general election. And primaries have now been used as a weapon against colleagues by fellow senators and congressmen. If the Freedom Caucus wants to, through one group or another say, we're going to primary you. You vote that way, or you don't shut up about that and join us in this. It's lost all collegiality. And I describe in my book the Senate that I came into, which was excessively male. There were as many women in the United States Senate when I came there as I have daughters, 2. And one of them was defeated in the next election, Paula Hawkins of Florida, so it came down to 1. Now there are a lot more, and it's been a tremendous transition and change. In fact, I'll share with you, I guess I can say this here, I don't know, it's in the book anyway. When I first walked onto the floor of the Senate, there were 5 male senators in the back of the Senate talking with each other. And Teddy Kennedy escorted me in, and this is a big moment, you're walking in.
Are you actually going to use those words?
Can I?
I don't know about the radio, but in any case.
Oh, we on radio? Okay.
Well, we
All right, here's the deal.
Go ahead.
Buy the book, read it.
Okay.
It's the old, this was not a setup.
It wasn't.
I promise you.
Actually, we do have a bleeper, so.
No, I don't want to believe it. But anyway, so these senators are in the back. I walk up to them, and big old Hal Heflin from Alabama is there. He says, George Herbert Walker Bush was vice president. He was sitting up in the chair, and they're swearing everybody. And he says, he said, George Bush couldn't sell, and then think of what Donald Trump said in the Billy Bush interview, on a troop train. Does that handle it for you?
It is in the book.
And I said to myself, God, that didn't come from the Federalist Papers. Where am I? This is the veneered, venerable United States Senate. It was a pretty male place, and I got advice from one senator. You better go see these 2 senators before 4:30 in the afternoon, because you see them after 4:30, they won't remember what they committed to the next day. I mean, it was a different place. But I'd go to dinner at Ted's house or John Warner somewhere. Mac Mathias, Republican from Maryland, would be there. John Warner, Republican from Virginia, would be there. Orrin Hatch from Utah. We'd sit around, Democrat and Republican. We'd laugh. We'd talk to each other. We had a great time. And we'd talk about serious issues. And the next day in the Senate, we might pass an amendment based on that conversation. That's gone. They don't even have time to go to dinner anymore. In fact, they don't even report to work that long. They come in Monday night, Tuesday, gone Thursday, because they got to go out and raise money somewhere around the country. We got to fix that, folks. We've got to get, and we tried. For 18 years in the United States Senate, I never took a dime of PAC money. I always went out and raised from individual Americans. And I said, I won't change that until we get some reform in the system. Well, we got some reform, and I changed it because I simply couldn't continue to put all my time into going around the country to run a campaign, multi-million-dollar campaign for the Senate, until, finally we changed enough. But then it got changed backwards when the Supreme Court ruled in the Citizens United case that speech is money. We have to change that. That's the only way we're going to get it back.